Good evening and welcome to MUTV 23 News. I'm Isabella Ledonne with MSA presidential and vice presidential candidates Jennifer Sutterer and Mary O'Brien with their platform, Show Your Stripes. Mary Jen, how are you?
Doing well. Yeah, thank you for having us.
Of course, thank you so much for coming to the show. So to start, can you just tell me a little bit more about the platform, Show Your Stripes, that you're running on for the MSA election?
Sure. So our platform, when we decided to run, we really wanted to create a platform that was inclusive and was aimed at solving a lot of problems on Mizzou's campus, whether it be in Greek life and other groups. So a main point of our platform is college affordability. We also want to work with mental health services. We want to make sure that students who are coming in have all those resources because, as we know, mental health is obviously a huge concern in college. Mary, do you want to add?
Yeah, one idea we kind of had for mental health that we thought was a really concrete way to maybe move in the right direction is we kind of wanted to virtualize it to the extent of being able to sign up for counseling services online because sometimes the hardest part is the first step. And so it can be kind of intimidating if you're going to call someone you don't know and you might get a little nervous, and that's obviously understandable, but we just want to figure out some way to move in the right direction to make sure everyone feels comfortable, everyone feels included, and everyone's ready to move in the right direction for their own lives.
Of course, and I love how mental health is such a big platform for you guys, one of your 6 columns, and really just working on that among college students because that's such a big problem across all college campuses in the nation. So how did you come up with your campaign slogan?
Oh, well, we had a couple of them. We thought about it for a really long time, could not figure one out. We had just lines of words like tiger, roar, column, like discovery, excellence.
Trying to get those like big Mizzou keywords
Of course,
in there.
got to add in the values.
Yeah. I think kind of what really happened was, we did struggle at first trying to find a slogan that really encompassed our ideas of, inclusivity of all students on campus and us being there to work for them and with them. And Show Your Stripes really stuck out to us. It seemed very Mizzou. It seemed very inclusive, be yourself, love yourself, show us who you are and what problems you have. Because we're coming in, obviously we are who we are, and we can't claim that we know all the problems or solutions for this campus. It's a very large campus. Every student is an individual with their own issues and things that they want to see solved. And so Show Your Stripes kind of says to them, show us who you are and how we can help you.
Of course. So let's just kind of discuss your healthcare column. You state that you want to make students aware of health resources on campus, but there are really a lot of students that can't use these resources due to their lack of insurance. How do you propose to help these students?
That's a really good question. Insurance is something that has come up a lot when we've been discussing policy and platform ideas. And unfortunately, there's not a whole lot that someone in the position of MSA president and vice president can really do at that point. It is a matter with administration and mostly with state government as well. But what we would like to do is be a voice for the students, represent them. And so if that is a concern of the student body, then we would take that and meet with administration, meet with the state government, and see what we can do to make sure that these students are getting the help that they need.
Right, and I like how you mentioned how you're willing to work with state officials and with administration. That kind of transitioned into my next column. So what specific Columbia and Boone County laws are you hoping to be more involved in during your term? And specifically, what changes do you hope to bring to these laws?
Sure. So I think that, there's a lot going on in the state of Missouri at the moment that people are interested in. One law that we actually were really interested, it's not a law yet, it's a bill, excuse me, but Senator Luke DeMeyer of the Missouri General Assembly has a bill referencing the student curator and having a student curator that is able to have a vote and be able to make decisions that will impact the campus of Mizzou. And so that is something that Mary and I are actually very excited about. We think that having student representation at that level would just be phenomenal. It would be a great step for us. And so we actually met with Senator Luke DeMeyer and some other senators in the state government to discuss that bill and what we can do to work forward with that and see that it passes.
Yeah, it's really great that you guys are already getting out there and trying to make these achievements, trying to make these changes. I think that's really great for the Columbia community and for the Mizzou campus as well. So the bird and lime scooters, as you probably know are very popular among MU students. And
Very
kind of going
popular.
with those Columbia laws, there are a lot of Columbia officials that are trying to ban their usage within city limits. Are you prepared to combat this in any way with transportation on campus?
I would definitely say yes. We've discussed that as well. We understand that there are issues with students being irresponsible, leaving their scooters just laying out, and then it's not accessible for other students. And so we are more than welcome, or more than willing, sorry, to work with legislature, to work with anyone we have to make sure that everyone's safe, but everyone's also accessible. And those are important things to us, and I think the Mizzou students would like to be safe as well.
Of course.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
Great. So just kind of finishing up on the platform aspect, your counter candidates Davis and Dinwiddie have announced that they'll be revising their platform throughout their term to changing it as needed for the students. How do you plan to follow through with your platform and your specific column ideas, and are you prepared to make changes as needed?
Yeah, I say that we are absolutely willing to make changes as needed. Something that we've always tried to be very upfront with about this campaign is, again, we don't know all the problems on campus that students are facing, and we don't know all the solutions. And that's why we want to work with you and for you to see what we can do in that regard. And I would say that plans that we have to improve our policy, we're actually very excited to announce that we are going to be launching a listening tour, which is very exciting, and we're going to be meeting with a lot of groups on campus, lots of organizations, a multicultural center, anyone who wants to come meet with us and speak about their ideas and how we can help them.
Oh, that's awesome. So when will this listening tour begin then?
So it's going to start about midweek this week and then just continue until the end of the campaign. And so obviously our policy is going to be being revised throughout the whole campaign season as we meet with these groups and see what policy ideas we can put forward to help them.
Okay. And what would you say your goal is for this tour then?
I would say that our goal is for these organizations to feel comfortable with us, to feel like they can approach us and come to us with their concerns and problems, and we can work in a collaborative manner to come to a solution, because we're not trying to come in here and steamroll everyone and just do what we think is best. We want to work with the students to come to a solution together.
Something that we've talked about a lot is our belief in open and understanding dialogue. And that's something that we're both really passionate about, is if you don't recognize the problem, you can't solve it. And so if elected, we would love to just have open, honest, understanding dialogue, because again, Mizzou is this big university. People come from all over the world to the center of Missouri to get this weather. But in all seriousness, we have everyone from every facet of life. And I think that that's one of the most beautiful things about Mizzou, is that it does offer this unique ability, or this unique opportunity for people who maybe have never been exposed to other outside ideas. And so we're really open, and we love the word dialogue. I really like that word.
It's a good word.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that really encompasses a lot of the ideas of our campaign.
Yeah, that's so great and refreshing to hear that you guys are really for the students and you guys are really trying to make a change on, MU's campus. Jen, Mary, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. For 23 News, I'm Isabella Ledonne.